so once again, back, this is Intmod, which is, it's not done anything on here for a while, because this is my personal channel, but I'm not alone this time. I'm joined by my friend Matt. We're going to be talking about something different today. We're not going to be talking about different board games or different role-playing games, character sheets. That'll be different stuff. But we're going to talk about story time. So we're going to tell each other stories.
Some of our epic wins and epic fails.
Yep, it's going to be some of those. First part of this is going to be cut kind of weird, because we kind of started talking about one and didn't realize, we didn't, introduce the topic or anything like that. And so, yeah, it's probably going to cut right to something pretty soon. So, yeah, this is going to be kind of random-ass stories.
So, we're obviously going to talk about the one where you just, my Shadowrun game.
We can't talk about that one.
There's in that campaign you had 2 stories.
I only remember that one.
There's, so, the one before it, alright? So you guys break into, you broke into a facility somewhere in the middle of nowhere, because I had to get around you freaking trying to hack everything all the time. So what I did is, it's in the outskirts of town, and it's surrounded by a forest. Well, Ryan, being the sniper, gets up in the trees and just kind of gets the best vantage point. And you and Rod were just sweeping it room by room. You know, you're going very tactical. You get up to the second floor where I think you're basically, caught dead to rights. And you have the comms up with Ryan. And and you guys all had call signs.
I remember this now.
So you all have call signs, and you drop to your knees and start praying to God, which is Ryan's call sign. Oh God, if you could just smite these 2 enemies that lay before me, and you get very biblical about it. And Ryan, being with all the pluses he had with that sniper rifle, just basically killed both of them.
It was the best. Oh my God. Oh my God, I forgot about that, because we always made jokes that, the sniper's name has to be God, because no one can hide from God.
Yeah, I forgot what your call sign was.
I don't remember. Oh man, I do not remember.
It was like Reverb or something like that.
It was something like that, because I was playing my Decker. Yeah, I was playing the same character.
I just did a story.
Okay, so yeah, I'll tell one now. So I think, oh God, I was playing way back, playing Warhammer Fantasy. We were playing the main campaign, Terrors of Talonheim, which is basically the introduction of the Skaven, which are 5 foot tall bipedal rat people. No one knew, they were just a legend thing, and the Terrors of Talonheim was supposed to tell the story of their first invasion into the city of Talonheim. And all I could think was I was, oh God, what was I? I was a dwarf something or other, I don't even remember. And the entire time, it's early on, there's a plague going on, rats the size of Dobermans running around. And at one point, we find this, little kid. He's all emaciated, and he's all dirty, and he's literally carrying a bucket of shit. Literally. And he's like, I need help with my mom. And so all the other nicer...
Just put the bucket of shit down, kid.
All the other nicer characters are yeah, we'll help you. And I'm, in the back being okay, I'm just in here to murder stuff, basically. And we'd already killed a few large size. I mean, these things are as
You
big
already
as...
had the bloodlust going.
I was oh, right, whatever. I'm just with you. Come to this kid's house, and his mom is, 8 ways from Sunday dead. She's rotting, basically. And they're all oh, this kid must think his mom's still alive. This kid's crazy, and I'm bored. And I can't be bored with this character, because I do dumb things like what I did. We had killed a big-ass rat. We're talking the size of, a dog, a big one. And I had chopped off its head, because my goal was to make, shoulder pauldrons out of skulls. And these were too small, but I kept the head. I got bored, and I stuffed my hand up the neck hole of it and used its head as a puppet. And the kid sees us and screams, rat thing, and tries running away. And I'm oh my God, this is terrible. We have to kill him. He's going to tell on us, and the guard is going to go crazy thinking we're mutants and kill us. He gets out his door, and these other giant dog-sized rats, rat-sized dogs, those won't be scary, we call those chihuahuas, dog-sized rats basically jump him suddenly and start attacking. We're talking a level 1 NPC, he's got half a hit point. The kid is dead. like instantly. And all I could think was, I went straight from like, oh no, we have to kill him, to, oh thank God he's dying. Little kid, he must have been 8. And I'm like, thank God he was attacked by rats. And all I could think was, he's all skin and bones. He's nothing but walking gristle. They're not gonna get a meal out of this kid. They're gonna attack us. So I walk over and I pick up the mother's corpse. I'm gonna throw it at the rats. And I'm gonna throw it.
No shame. Zero shame.
Zero shame for this character. A lot of my characters are actually fairly good. Like, I usually play neutral good to good. This one was a horrible person. Picked up the dead mother. Went to throw it. Failed my agility roll that they made me do. And I slipped and fell and dropped her on me. And a little piece of his mom fell in my mouth. And I swallowed it. Failing another roll.
Oh, God.
And I got a disease from that. It was not cannibalism, though, because I was a dwarf and she was a human. I was very adamant about saying, it's not cannibalism. I'm a dwarf. So, again, they attack us, but I throw a corpse at it. Doesn't do anything. But no, that. My friends still tell me that story. Like, oh, remember the time with the puppet? The rat puppet thing? They wanted to get me a tiny rat, like a legitimate puppet rat, to have just throughout the rest of that campaign.
So you can have your second personality just come out?
I've thought about doing that for other things. I honestly probably have half a dozen stories of that character alone, because it was a terrible human being. Well, actually, terrible dwarf, but
Oh, I've had some terrible characters in the past.
I guess that's my story, strangely both involving me.
It's funny being, when you mostly GM, people just do some of the strangest things.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta question sometimes what their mental state really is.
So, yeah, me hucking, that was early on in my, not even really early on in my role-playing, that was when I really started playing other things other than D&D, when I started playing Warhammer Fantasy. And so it's like, oh, it's a completely different system I've never played. So I was terrible. I was a word person. A few more of these videos are going to involve that character, or at least that campaign. But we'll occasionally I'll have other friends, I'll have Matt, I'll have other friends, Ted and stuff, tell other random stories they can remember. But yeah, go ahead and check out the other videos, like the What the Sheets. Leave comments in the bottom, maybe your funny stories, or other things you want us to talk about on this for board games, role-playing game stuff. And until then, bye.